Smash SuavenyV. I'm here back with another video. I'm be reacting to Hernandez Govan. He um he talked like he knew a little something, and I just want to see what he got to say and hear what he got to say about Gucci. You know what I'm saying? We can watch it, check it out, subscribe, like, comment. Um, but before anything, I just want to say, man, about the snitching. Like, I can't believe it. I ain't even want to believe it because how Gucci be acting. He real street and he act street and not even act. He that's what he say he is. That's what we see. And I'll never forget. He just did a recent video, not recent, too recent. It was maybe a couple years ago. He was laying on the beach and he was on a live and he was like, if you see me with my wife, still run up on me. You gonna get, he said, I'm gonna smoke you. You know what I'm saying? And 6ix9ine had did a video and he was holding up that same video and putting it together how he said he wasn't gonna never tell and all that. And then the thing about it, Gucci on camera saying he used to be a robber. He wanted I seen a video he wanted to be down with with Big Meech, and Blue Da Vinci told him, yeah, Meech want to let you in, but he can't let you in because you be on that robbing shit too much. You know what I'm saying? So they said Gucci was a robber, and he said he was a robber. And how you gonna tell on the man that robbed you? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that ain't. And then what makes it so bad? I just heard the song. I heard the song. I was like, that gotta be AI. And then Gucci wrote. I seen some tweets where he wrote it gonna be dropping at 12. I like, no, man, no, Gucci. He's snitching. Not only is he snitching, he man, you playing dirty game because you talking about somebody and you did the same thing. Like Finesse said, oh, you one of them guys that, come on, bro, you can't do that. You can't be a robber and somebody rob you. You can't take it. You can't be you can't. That's why I never played that game. I never played that game. I never would do something to someone that I don't want them to do back to me. I treat others the way I would like to be treated. I respect people so people can respect me. I respect the ground I walk on. I respect everybody. I respect everything. You know what I'm saying? But I never was a bad person. So I always was a good person. So I'm good to people, so people good to me. And what I realized, like in the last 10 years, like what I really realized from even with my cousins, they would tell stories about how they did guys wrong, but then they slip up and talk too much and tell the part where they got done wrong and they couldn't take it. And I always tell them, I say, cuz, why would you shoot at people if you don't want people shooting at you? Like, that's why even when dealing with girls, me, I always was a type. I'd be like, all right now, if even though I treat others the way I want to be treated, like dealing with girls, I tell myself, if just like how you hitting that man girl, you can't say nothing if that man hitting your girl. I tell myself that. And I be like, all right now, like, you see how you getting away with it and nobody don't know but y'all two? What if that was you? I always put myself in a situation like, what if that was you? And I realize most people don't do that, man. Most people, the things that they don't do that. I live by that. I don't do stuff to people that I don't want to see them to me. For you to rob somebody, one of the most powerful duos in rap history, you can't take it until it all went left. Rumors of a robbery, whispers of a setup, and a fallout that changed everything. For months, the internet has been guessing. Tonight, the guessing stops. I'm sitting down with Hernandez Govan for an exclusive, unfiltered look at the moment. The picture with Gucci, that's the picture, that's the video when he was laid down in the chair. He said, if you run up on me, if you see me with my wife still run up on me. Run up on me, I'ma smoke you. Like he always talking about killing, bragging about killing. He disrespected Jeezy on the verses. Still talking about he's smoking poopy loke when that's supposed to be a peaceful place where we ain't want no problem. We come to squash the beef and we come to set the example for the young kids, the young youth, my age, my generation and lower. You know what I'm saying? They in their 40s, we in our 30s, and they in their 20s. So y'all trying to set example for us, and Gucci was still on that. And I was like, damn, that can't be true by Gucci, man. I can't believe that. But for him to make that song,
17 Bond
that's
Shadow.
crazy.
He
For him to make the
reveals
song,
what
that's crazy.
really happened that night. Let's get into it. All right, what's up, Pete Mans? Welcome back to another episode with your boy Lionel B with the Lionel B
I
Show.
don't think I ever seen him. I think I just heard
We got a
him.
special guest in the building again with us, Mr. Hernandez. Govan,
I
bro,
remember
what's
that
going
picture
on
in
with
the
you?
back.
Like, what it do, Lionel B? What it do?
Chilling, man. Hey, it's definitely a pleasure to have you back on the show once again, man. They loved you the first time, bro.
For sure. Tell me, I appreciate it. All the love and support I see in the comments.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely a lot of people give you a lot of love. So, man, you recently went viral once again, bro, but this time it ain't have nothing to do with Dolph at all. Now, this time, man, it actually has something to do with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane.
Sure.
Now, was you expecting to go viral again, man, with the information you put out there, or do you think people was just gonna, like, pass over?
Well, of course I didn't know the indictment was coming on April Fool's, so when the indictment came or whatever, I decided to speak on it
Damn,
because
that's
when
crazy.
I first
On April
brought it
Fools?
to the net, everybody was saying I was lying, saying it wasn't true, and called cap on my story. So when it broke the other day, I just came to just jump back on that and rub it in everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? Told everybody they can start apologizing, they can get in line, take their time or whatever. So, but no, I didn't expect to go viral. I just went on there basically.
Somebody else
just,
had been said that though.
like I said, rub it in their face and just let them know,
I forgot
I
who
don't
said
promote
that
fake
though.
news. You know what I'm saying?
I think that girl
me,
Tasha K had
City,
said something like that or
my
something.
boy Ghost Los, and Prince, we take pride into
That's why I don't fuck with the street.
putting out accurate information. And
You damn
that's what I
if you do,
now.
damn
So,
if you don't.
I'm trying to stay credible, trying to stay solid.
But even
Now, a lot
if
of
you
people
don't do
did
that,
think
you
it was
still might
actually
get caught
April
up in
Fool's,
shit.
man. Myself included. I'm like, oh, this got to be an April Fool's joke, like, because nobody had heard that information before, man, about the whole robbery and all of that. The kidnapping. That was crazy.
Yeah, the feds, they play all kind of games. When they come up with these names or operations, when they go and like arrest people and shit. Sometimes they'll name the operation a weird name or whatever. So them coming to arrest Shiesty and Luntrail and shit on April Fool's Day, that was strategic. That was planned out. They crack jokes as well. So they did that on April 1st just
and they
to
play dirty to get you like
let them know.
shit.
You might think this is an April Fool's joke, but it definitely ain't. This shit real. So that's why they came on. They could have came any other day, but that's why they came on April 1st.
So coincidentally, though, I think you put the news out. Was it the day before or a couple days right before the arrest was made?
No, hell no. I first broke the story when it initially happened, the first day when Gucci got robbed.
The kidnapping and the actual robbery, that went down what? That was like December, January?
Let me see. What we in now? What's this? We in April?
Yeah, April.
Shit,
I think it happened in February. I think it happened in February. Yeah, I think it happened in February. I have to go back to my social media, but when it first happened, me and City and Go Slows, we broke it that day. I was the first to come to the internet and just kind of like vaguely put it out there. I just mentioned Gucci name. I was just like, hey Gucci, the other little business that just happened. We're gonna run that later on. And I came back with a second clip on Instagram and basically let the cat out the bag. And that's when the whole hip hop community went bananas on me.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's like sometimes you can't win for losing. Like people,
I think somebody
was
already
mad that
said
she
it
was
first.
correct about it, but you know what I'm saying?
They called me cap. They called me cap in the beginning, and now that what I said was true, now they actually mad that I was telling the truth. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, it ain't like a gift and a curse. It's like the curse and the curse.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of them actually blaming you for coming with it first. Like you can't win at some point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They act like You know, they act like I brought the indictment on or something, you know?
So what you got to say to the super fans that's out there, you know, coming for you or upset that you broke the news, man?
Man, you know, they don't need to be mad at me. They need to be mad at Gucci for getting robbed.
Yeah.
Gucci should have been moving a whole lot better. You know, he said he claimed to be a gangster, you know, claimed to be street savvy. Ain't no way I'm pulling up on Chopper Gang, Pooh Shiesty, and Big 30 with an old ass police officer that's 90 years old. Ain't no way. You know, so that's all I can tell them. They need to holler at their favorite rapper, you know, and ask him why he wasn't moving right. You know, it ain't my fault.
Ask you that, man. Like, what would you want to say to them super fans, them Gucci fans that's angry at you?
Hey, they need to be mad at Shiesty. They don't need to be mad at me. Look, I'm just doing what I do. You know, I'm reporting hip hop news when it happened. You know, I can't help it. I can't help it that I'm tapped in and I got it first. I think all the people that's upset with me and having an issue, if they would have got the news how I did, as quick as I did, then they would have spoke on it as well.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody mad with TMZ when TMZ came out with. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, be getting at them. It always be our own people.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't get mad at TMZ. They don't get mad at all these other news outlets. But when, you know, someone, I guess, a peer of theirs, you know, do the same thing that the major platforms do, it's a problem with us. But they not riding around looking for Harvey Levin and Charles and, you know, and Trent, you know, whatever for, you know, reporting, you know, on different topics, whatever. So, you know, it is what it is. I keep a raincoat on. I just let this shit roll off my back. I ain't doing no tripping.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think we kind of go against our own when it comes to stuff like that? Is that kind of that crab in the bucket mentality?
Man, yeah. It's just like it's the crab in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I first got into the YouTube space, Angel, my manager, you know, she was telling me, you know, get ready. She was like, it's gonna be the people from your city, you know, that's gonna hate you the most, you know, or whatever. And I didn't get a full understanding of it, you know, until I got kind of like knee deep in this space or whatever. You know, people just hate to see someone else make it, especially before they make it. You know, It's like, even if I speak on gatekeepers all the time and people who don't like to pass the information, they might not even have the information. They don't, but they're not gonna want you to find it. You know, they want to see you idle. It's just like, it's just black people. You know, and I think we are the only race that's like that don't want to see, you know what I'm saying, our brother or our sister grow and become successful. And it's just so crazy to me.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
man. It's unfortunately, bro, because I think we definitely stronger together. But
yeah, for
I
sure.
don't feel like that's
for
really
sure.
gonna happen, bro. For the most part.
I don't think. It's a whole. I don't think so. I hope so. You know, I wish we could be like the Jews. You know, the Hispanics and and whites. You know, I see. You know, they help each other all the time. You know, but you know, you got a few of us. You know, if it was more people in the world like me, you, City, Charleston. You know, people that want to help. You know what I'm saying? Your fellow brother. You know, the world will be a better place, and it'll be a lot more successful.
So let's switch gears a little bit, man, because I know a lot of people want to know this. Some people may have seen academics live stream. Some of them may have seen a lot of the blogs repost you. Can you run it down again, man? What exactly occurred that night, bro, when the whole robbery, kidnapping took place, man? What was said? What went down? If you could run that down for us.
It was a move, you know, for all the shit that Gucci had been doing, and I'm finna give you something that I ain't told nobody yet, and it's because you my guy, you know. Part of the reason that Shiesty, that happened was Big Scar, his cousin, that mistakenly OD'd while he was in prison. Fast forward to now, Atlantic had just gave Shiesty $5 million for a publishing deal. And they were about to give him another bag for some type of branding deal or whatever, in which Gucci was still tied in the mix of it. And Shiesty didn't want that to happen. And so Atlantic was trying to work out some things with both parties. Gucci wasn't cooperating, and they just added fuel to the fire or whatever. And so, fast forward to them having a meeting in Dallas at the studio. Gucci came in the studio, and when he came in, he wasn't allowed to leave. And so, there's a lot of things that happened. A lot of jury was taken. The cameraman, he got assaulted, and Gucci was forced to sign a release form to release Shiesty out of the record deal, and it was recorded.
You know what I'm thinking about, bro? All this shit snitching, cause my man, they telling too much. If you think about this, YouTube shit is crazy because this is an ongoing case, and the nigga trying to get out of it. And then I heard the feds ain't got enough evidence, but now this nigga, and he explaining news we ain't even heard. Like, that's crazy though, if you really think about it.
As well. And so
they said Big 30 recorded, right? Or somebody from the crew?
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. I do know it was recorded. I seen the video.
I was gonna ask you that. Did you get a chance to see the video?
Yeah, I seen the video, and then I think this is my first time kind of like breaking this year, but I actually seen it.
Damn.
And
what can you describe a little bit of the details in that video?
Gucci was in there shaking like a stripper. Gucci was in there shaking like a stripper on Judgment Day.
No, man.
Yeah, Gucci,
Not WAP.
Yeah, WAP.
Not Gucci.
Gucci
I
followed instructions well up under pressure.
Even if a nigga tell you that, I can't see that happening.
Yeah, he was yes sir, no sir.
Man, I ain't mean to laugh. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, he was yes sir, no sir to some kids.
He ain't lying. Them boys young enough to be his.
A lot of them, few of them Atlanta niggas, they get real nice when they're pressure, when they get hot. He was surprised. He was shocked. He wasn't prepared. He wasn't ready for that. And that all leads back to me saying that he couldn't been the street nigga or the rapper that's on the rap songs, because ain't no way that me knowing what I've done, the bullshit that I did to Shiesty while he was locked up, ain't no way I'm gonna pull up unprepared, and I'm from that environment. Gucci really a goofy to me in my book.
So you feel like he could have been way more prepared to come to that meeting instead of just coming?
Yeah. If you would have pulled up right, it wouldn't even went down. Because if he would have pulled up right, then they would have had to assess the situation.
Yeah. So it was basically him, the cameraman, and
and his homeboy, and then he had the off-duty officer there. But from what I heard, he ain't been an officer in a few years. He done hung his head up, so ain't no way he would have been. Yeah, ain't no way a nigga getting Social Security would have been riding with me trying to protect me. Ain't no way.
That's Social Security, bro.
Yeah, nigga, that's inside, man. You know what I'm saying? He surviving off a pension. You protecting me? Ain't no way.
Right.
You probably wasn't even thinking about that.
So Gucci must have thought everything was real sweet for him to just pull up and just feel like it was all good.
I mean, I'm sure, he had to, for him to pull up how he pulled up. He may have had some type of, I don't know, he may have felt something because, Shiesty hadn't been communicating with him properly since his release. They talked a couple times or whatever, but it wasn't like...
in the Breakfast Club, he gonna get with Shiesty and try to make something happen in the Breakfast Club.
And how the CEO should be communicating when you first get released from doing a 3 to 4 year prison bid. So with that being said, those signs right there, along with me knowing that the family has been upset with me for quite some time, and I would have pulled up how I supposed to pull it up.
stage.
Damn, man. That's why I say I treat others the way I want to be treated. If we as people live by that code, I learned that in the second grade. Treat others the way you want to be treated. You don't want to be signed to a bad deal. So why would you sign somebody for a bad deal or have somebody in a bad contract though? Everybody should think like that. You know what I'm saying?
And there was an issue involving a chain. I think when Scar passed away, Gucci was trying to collect some chains back, some 1017.
Yeah, the 1017 chains that Scar had. You know,
remember that.
They rubbed the family the wrong
Damn,
way.
bro. Can you imagine that? All that jewelry he got, all that money he got, he wanted to change
giving
back.
Scar a nice, decent burial. You was worried about the chains, getting the chains back. And then
I don't even know him.
The family reached out again and asked about the
I just heard him.
He said that his wife's birthday was coming up. And that, I guess he was strapped for cash. And he made that statement. And when he did, it kind of led me to believe, I'm like, man, this nigga a real sucker, because ain't no way you around here hurting and say you work for 100, 200 M's and you tell the family that my wife's birthday coming up, and that's the reason why you can't put one of your top artists away decent.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's just, he do a lot of weird shit. I don't know if it's the medicine, he on meds, he take, what I'm saying, psych meds and shit, they be having a time up, hall time and all kind of shit. So, hopefully, that played a major part. Yeah. They said on the Breakfast Club.
She said on Breakfast Club.
She said it. Yeah. Go watch that interview. She said one night he had an episode and she had to get the whole team, security team, a couple of the homies, and they had the hall time and put them in the truck and go and get them some help. Man. So, when you having episodes to that magnitude, man, he really supposed to get a pass right now, to be honest, because I think the nigga legally crazy.
Yeah.
When you see him, him, just think about it. When the last time you ever heard Gucci talk? Like,
lying.
A full
but he did that video though.
Conversation, a long drawn out conversation. Only thing he do is nod his head for the most part. And and that's what those psych meds do to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just had you like a bobblehead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And all that,
Yeah, and that's Gucci, and she said she answered the phone for him. She pay all his bills for him.
He answered the phone for him.
Any nigga with a caretaker, at that age,
I pray to
just
God,
you don't know what he might get.
And I feel like, man, if you got all that going on, you should be running no label.
And who want to sign the Keisha K. Orr? Man, come on, man, that's crazy.
Now you guys know how wild the comments get whenever I talk about Gucci Mane, Diddy, and all the others. It's impossible to tell what's actually true and what's just a rumor. That's why I've been spending more time on the website Point Encounter. So that's how you got that news real quick, man, because the word.
Yeah, that's how I got the information.
Do you feel like he was the main one to snitch, or you feel like Gucci snitched as well? Like, what's your take on that? Because people argue.
So my take on that is, for Gucci to say it's in black and white that Gucci
I can't
sit down
see
with
that
the authorities
shit. I can't see
and
that
identify
shit. Gucci, I can't see that shit.
And Pooh Shiesty. Whether Keisha gave him his meds or not at that time, I don't know. I would hope not. I would hope he would, can blame it on him not having, or him having his meds, because her giving him the meds might have made him do the unthinkable. And so, with that being said, I think the police officer had to initiate it and cover his own ass because, by law, he have to report the crime, or he could be charged. And so when the police officer, after he reported it, and then the feds got involved and got to doing their due diligence, and pulling up on people and interviewing people, when they pull up, for the most part, they catch you off guard. So, and it'd be a big surprise. So I think, I'm sure Gucci, that's his long time security. Finesse 2 times spoke on it the other day when he did a song with Gucci. And Finesse spoke on that he had the same security guard with him. So with that being said, there is some type of bond there. They've been together for a long time. So I just can't see that police officer making that move as it relates to alerting the government about what happened without Gucci Mane knowing.
I got a question too, man, as far as Gucci Mane, because a lot of people are saying, Deuce in his 40s, you know what I'm saying, he got money or whatever, he got status. He shouldn't have become a crash out. How do you feel? Do you feel like he's considered just a rapper or a civilian or a gangster? Like, where would we place Gucci?
No. Listen. I just seen a video this morning. Gucci said he ain't never told on no nigga and he never will. A snitch on nobody.
You got video saying that.
And he stood on that,
Yeah.
I'm like, he said it with his chest out. So with that being said, you can't make videos and clips like that and then turn around 10 years later and, and get on some civilian type time.
But me being a reasonable guy and me being a reasonable guy and a fair guy, if this is true, we need to learn from this and tell the youth and tell the kids and the young men and the young kids, don't do it because your bitch ass gonna end up snitching. I was the type of guy, them niggas want to do some shit, I say hell fucking no. Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm with the fly shit, I'm with the girls, I'm with the traveling, I'm eating good. We can get some fucking money, but I ain't finna hurt no damn, but I ain't about to do that shit. Go ahead. They laugh, they joke, they pick on you, they whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I realize the niggas that won't say no, they'll say yes, and then get involved with the shit, get caught, and then they bitch ass gonna tell. You pussy, that's definitely not the fucking route you supposed to take. So, man, we all should just learn from these situations. Like, we all killing for no reason. We all staying loyal for nothing because niggas is real live hoes and niggas is real live not keeping up with the code and niggas is really lying and niggas is really complaining. So complaining, I mean, like, really not even telling the truth. So rappers need to just stop rapping about selling drugs and motherfucking hurting people and killing people, bro. Stop doing that shit. That shit ain't doing nothing but hurting the youth and the women. Stop talking so sexy to the youth, to the young women, the young girls, because they following y'all and y'all the wrong motherfuckers to be following. And it kind of my fault because nigga, when I was in high school, I had everybody following me a certain way, but then they had wrong going on too. And then I ain't even knew about social media. If I would have just been talking on social media and been leading, it probably I'd be like, damn, it would have went a whole other way. But you got the wrong ass people in power starting off about 20. We graduated in 2011. About 2012, 2013, you had the wrong people influence, and that shit took a wrong route. And now this shit fucked up after everybody dead or in jail. We shouldn't have to wait till people die or go to jail to wake the fuck up. Like, come on, bro. But I'm glad that we get to see in real time. I'm glad I get to see in real time is niggas really real or not. Because time will tell if you's about what you say. That's why I ain't never been the fronting type. Nigga, if I ain't got it, I ain't fucking got it. If I don't know, I don't fucking know. I ain't finna lie in front. Why people trying to dodge the consequences for? Just deal with the consequences up front, and work on them. Get better at whatever you weak at. Whatever you ain't good at, work on it. Whatever, like, man, come on, bro. Like, for people to just lie like that, bro, and be fronting, talking about they bout something and they know they fucking ass ain't bout something. You would never snitch, then done snitch. Man, I ain't even knew no rappers. Gunna, I ain't knew none of them niggas. I used to just hear that shit. Hear the beats and all of that. I done heard songs. I would never tell. And then, sir, is this a fucking game? That nigga say, yes, ma'am. Like Buddy say, he was yes, sir, and no, sir. Like, damn, man. If niggas are so gangster, why he ain't say, nigga, just shoot me? That what they rap to us. We thinking y'all so tough to the point where if y'all get robbed and a nigga put a gun in your hand, y'all just gonna look at it like Scarface. In the movie Scarface, that nigga, they had that nigga chained up They said I'ma cut your friend. Scarface spit in the man's mouth. Them real movies. Like, so why people portraying like the movies when you know good and damn well you ain't about that fucking life. Come on, bro. Man, I'm so glad I had my own fucking mind and I always goddamn know what to take from people and be my own motherfucking person and do what I think and not be influenced. I'm glad I was the man. I can't imagine. Ooh, any real street, all the street niggas that's really street niggas, and gangsters and tough so-called niggas. I know they fucking boy. I know they bubbling right now. To see the nigga that you look up to know that he nigga you the nigga put out a song, bro. How stupid can you be? The nigga put out a motherfucking song. If I ain't believe nothing else, I heard the damn song. Then I saw the tweet. Come on, Gucci. Oh man. Oh Lord. Atlanta looking bad ain't the word for Atlanta. Atlanta, boy, I'm glad I was down south. Nigga, I was going somewhere. I'm glad I chose New York. It was gonna be Miami, New York, Atlanta, motherfucking Cali. I'm glad I chose New York. Boy, Atlanta, nigga, Atlanta, man, what the fuck is y'all doing? But I'm a nigga that's fair, and I'm a fair man. And what we need to do is learn from these situations and tell the kids, you see what you see? I've been watching a lot of motherfucking gangster movies lately. I always watch them sometime when they pop up. Most of them gangster movies, them niggas gonna tell. Not all of them. Most of them niggas gonna tell. That shit end with telling. I'm like, damn, all them niggas told. I wasn't even getting involved with that shit to tell. That's how I solved that shit. Y'all, and then niggas know me from keeping that shit pimping. I'm known for fly shit, G shit, real shit, fly shit, girls, fly. I'm getting fly. I'm getting high. I'm on my own business, nigga. I'm on my own time. Y'all niggas, I'm traveling, nigga. I was on planes in middle school, nigga. I was taking the train to New York by myself. Y'all niggas on that dumb shit. I remember they tried to in 7th grade. You want to be in a gang? What the fuck is the motherfucking purpose of the gang? What? Y'all just fighting and spray painting buildings and just beating up people for no damn reason and carrying a motherfucking flag for what? What the fuck the flag stand for? What the flag do for you? What? Y'all just do what? Y'all ain't getting no girls. Y'all ain't getting no fucking money. Y'all just making, man, I ain't want to do that stupid ass shit. That what I told them, boy, to their face. A gang, nigga, I ain't finna join your shit any fucking way. I'm gonna start my own shit if anything. Y'all ain't getting no money. Y'all ain't even flyer than me. Nigga, y'all, who the fuck finna tell me what to do? Nigga, who better than me? Y'all niggas ain't even fucking with me. Why would I join your shit? That's how I was. So I ain't following and being accepted and man, that wasn't me.
When you come from that environment, even if you make it out, you know, if it's in you, it's still in you. Mm-hmm. You know, I got high hopes of making it out, you know, all the way out. And if I was ever, God forbid, in a similar situation, I wouldn't be calling no authorities. You know, I'll be doing what I do. And if I was a rapper, I'll be doing what I've been saying on the rap songs for the last 25 years.
Thank you, man.
I ain't gonna use the civilian card and try to play on it. You know, it's time to go take your head down, you know what I'm saying, and get back in the field, you know, when you get disrespected like that. You know, where I come from, that type of shit ain't tolerated. You know, I don't give a fuck if you could be 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. You know, so this shit ain't going on. You know, nigga addressing it. You know, I don't care how long a nigga been out the streets or whatever. When you go in my ear and unscrew my earrings and make me take off my wedding ring that my wife purchased for me, then somebody got to go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sleep right.
Yeah. When you brought that to the net, man, about the unscrewing of the ears, well, I was like, man, that's real gutter right there.
Yeah.
I wear some backs. That should take a little minute. Well, like, you
might it take a little minute. Yeah, you know, and just think about the humiliation going through your body when a nigga doing it. You know, Shiesty, when Shiesty said, man, you know, don't let that dirt bird go to your head. Ain't nobody slime as me. You know, he meant that shit in blood. You know, and you know I guess he wanted to prove that point. You know,
yeah, right.
But that was, you know, that was some of the craziest shit I ever seen. You know, and I kind of blame his father, Lontrell, for that. You know, ain't no way that my son gonna take me on no mission, and I don't pull his coattail and be like, hey, look, son, man, we can do this a better way, bro. Ain't no way we finna this generational wealth off, you know, over some emotion, you know, over somebody doing what we call sucker shit, you know.
And they could have, with the amount of money they got, man, they could have really kept their hands clean on that too.
But you know, they come from, you know, 30 and Shiesty and them, you know, they come from that environment, you know, where they hands on, you know, and I guess they feel like they put the trust in themselves versus, you know, somebody else. But I do get what you're saying. I think in my opinion, if I was in those shoes, I would have just negotiated. You know, you know, you can't handle business in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you try to handle business that way, shit always go bad. You know, you could have got a. And if you look at Gucci track record, just think about it. He had Nicki Minaj, Young Thug, and whoever else he had. He let everybody out the deal.
Yeah.
You know, when people got disgruntled and shit like that and said they wanted out, he ain't hold nobody hostage. He let everybody go. So if Shiesty would have went to him the right way, I'm sure something could have been worked out. You know,
you don't think he did? You don't think he probably stepped to him first, like, big brother? You know what I'm saying? I ain't happy here, bro.
Yeah, he probably did.
You don't think he might have did that?
I don't think so, because, and the reason why I don't think that happened, because if he would have went to Gucci on that type of time, I don't think Gucci would have pulled up in Dallas that free-hearted, like that open. You know, he would have knew that it was some type of tension or some type of issue there if Pooh would have alerted him that he wanted off the label. Just think about it. When Gucci showed up, he brought his cameraman with him. He thought they was finna snap it up, take pictures, and celebrate Shiesty coming home and it's back to the money. He ain't had no clue. You know, if he did, the cameraman wouldn't have been there. It would have been a gunman instead of the cameraman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a point. Rollo recently came out. I don't know if you saw him and Woody on a stream where Rollo.
Him and Woodrick.
Huh?
Him and Woodrick. Yeah, Woodrick.
Yeah, he was sitting with him, man. He was basically saying what he would have done if he was Gucci, man. He said he would send Pooh Shiesty straight to God. How you feel?
I mean, I don't know Rollo personally, so I can't speak on, you know, if he really like that in the streets or not. I done heard some stories that, you know, that he ain't no hoe or whatever, you know, so and I can't say he capping, because if a nigga would have did me like that, I would have did everything I could to send a nigga to God. So
he said he waited and plotted and
that's how you do. That's how you do. You know what I'm saying? You know, ain't no time limit on the get back. You know, right. You wait to the right move. You know, you don't rush it, and then you go with your move at the right time. And so, I mean, I can't knock him for saying it. You know, just because Shiesty them from Memphis and, you know, Rollo from, you know, Atlanta or whatever, you know, he spoke like a man. You know, he spoke like how any real one, you know, he said what any real one would say. You know, I'm sure if some niggas did you like that and you got the opportunity, you'll try to baptize their ass too. You know what I'm saying? You know, Rollo, he ain't speak no wrong when he said that. You know, he said what I would have said.
Now, do you feel like Gucci was planning something in the background, or you feel like he
Man, I hope so. He better be in. Or his ass need to be in somebody's church becoming a deacon. You know what I'm saying? You know, for real. Cause ain't no way you gonna wear that the rest of your life and don't nothing happen to nobody. Boy, you need to start doing gospel. I'm gonna keep it real though. He was doing it the right way. Like, ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to speak on. Like, nigga caught me slipping, caught me down bad. They stripped me. Ain't nothing to talk about now. It's time. I'm just playing in my get back now.
Yeah.
Speak on it for what?
Both sides was pretty much quiet, man. Both sides ain't really have nothing to do.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Shiesty and them, they didn't say one word about it, you know.
Right.
And that's how they were supposed to handle it. But, you know, all the other mistakes they made, you know, that shit. I seen some shit this morning, you know, they got his daddy on camera going to the Kinko's place, printing the release form out for Gucci to sign.
And they ain't got no printer at the house, man. You supposed to order you a little printer at the house, a little inkjet.
Man, hey, it wasn't a long thought out move, bro. Like they did this shit off of, you know, just strictly off of impulse. Just seemed like they planned this shit the night before. That's what it sounded like. Cause ain't no way my son ain't gonna have me going up in a public place like a Kinko's talking about printing a release form out, and y'all finna hog tie a nigga that's worth $200 million.
See what scholarships you may qualify for. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer.
Welcome to Canes. It's Luke Bryan. What can I get you? Today I'm raising funds with Raising Canes and my buddy Todd Graves for the Brett Boyer Foundation.
Raising Canes.
Want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Roe now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections.
Damn, that's
cheaper.
crazy, man.
So you can see weight
breaking
loss
down the
results
story like this. I'm
faster.
like, damn, that's crazy.
And
Man, I can't.
and it goes back to saying you don't know nobody that could do that for you. Like nobody. Come on,
Man, the man ass, look, they should have been calling an attorney, bro. Like, that was the right move. That was the right play. You can't fuck, like, bro, you got Shiesty got a sister, he got a mom, you know, he got a grandmama. I don't know how big his family is, but he got a free lot of motherfuckers that could have been straight for the rest of their life, and the kid and the next generation just off of his talent. And so ain't no way in the hell nobody did get in his ear and tell him, look, bro, you tripping. And that just goes back to everybody being afraid of him, you know, in that, you know, in his little clique or whatever. Because if he was my friend, I would have been like Trey on Boys in the Hood, man, let me out.
real though.
Man, for real.
You like Big 30 is a follower?
I ain't gonna say 30 a follower. He just loves Shiesty. You know, they been together since they was kids. You know, I'm sure 30 his own man or whatever, but he just rolled with Shiesty right or wrong.
Yeah.
And growing up, you know, we used to always say that, you don't ride with you right or wrong. I don't say that no more.
Right.
You know, I ain't, you know, it depends on who you is and what it is. If you're wrong, I might not be riding with you.
Yeah.
You know, just depending on who you are, you know. So yeah, that don't go for everybody because, you know, at this age, you know, we got kids to think about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people depending on us. You know, at that age when we used to say that, oh man, I'm riding with you right or wrong. We ain't have no responsibilities. I ain't have, you know, nigga ain't have no kids. Nigga wasn't looking forward to getting out the streets and doing something legal. So, you know, it was what it was. So yeah, I was willing to ride with a nigga right or wrong. But at this point in my life, hell no.
Yeah.
I ain't happy.
The feds recently came out some information saying that Pooh Shiesty and Big 30, they didn't have any evidence of them having any firearms during the robbery. But
I've been seeing it.
You saw the tape. So can you confirm, deny? I mean, what can you give us on that?
Man, look. When I was going to court on my case, my lawyer, Manny Aurora, the best attorney in the world, and that's who Shiesty need to be called. He need to be trying to call boy Manny Aurora, but Manny was telling me that it was a blessing that my case was in the state because the federal government, they have so many different ways to trap you as it relates to the conspiracy versus in state court. Federal conspiracy laws are totally different from state conspiracy laws. Like, the feds don't need hard and physical evidence to convict you. And I hope, you know, they don't live and see the day where they become a living witness and find that out. Because just from the videotapes, the call data, the communication that day back and forth from all the co-defendants, the GPS placement. It's gonna place everybody at the scene of the crime. But he just rolled with Shiesty right or wrong. Yeah. And growing up, we used to always say that you don't ride with you right or wrong. I don't say that no more.
Right.
I ain't, it depends on who you is and what it is. If you wrong, tell him, look, bro, you tripping. And that just goes back to everybody being afraid. Bro, like, they did this shit off of, just strictly off of impulse, just seemed like they planned this shit the night before. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Ain't no way my son gonna have me going up in a public place like a Kinko was talking about printing a release form out, and y'all finna hog tie a nigga that's worth $200 million.
And
man, I can't.
And it goes back to saying you don't know nobody that could do that for you. Like nobody. Come on,
man. The man that look, they should have been calling an attorney, bro. Like that was the right move. That was the right play. You can't fuck like, bro. You got Shiesty got a sister. He got a mom. He got a grandmama. I don't know how big his family is, but he got a lot. He got a free lot of motherfuckers that could have been straight for the rest of their life, and the kid and the next generation just off of his talent. And so ain't no way in the hell nobody didn't get in his ear and tell him, look, bro, you tripping. And that just goes back to everybody being afraid of him, in this little clique or whatever. Because if he was my friend, I would have been like Trey on Boys in the Hood, man, let me out.
Real though.
Man, for real.
You feel like Big 30 is a follower?
I ain't gonna say 30 a follower. He just loves Shiesty.
Yeah.
They been together since they was kids. I'm sure 30 is on man or whatever, but he just rolled with Shiesty right or wrong. And growing up, we used to always say that you don't ride with you right or wrong. I don't say that no more.
Right.
I ain't, it depends on who you is and what it is. If you wrong, I might not be riding with you.
Yeah.
Just depending on who you are, So yeah, that don't go for everybody because at this age, we got kids to think about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people depending on us. At that age when we used to say that, oh man, I'm riding with you right or wrong. We ain't have no responsibilities. I ain't have, nigga ain't have no kids.
Yeah, well,
nigga wasn't looking forward to getting out the streets and doing something legal. So it was what it was. So yeah, I was willing to ride with a nigga right or wrong. But at this point in my life, hell no.
Yeah.
I ain't happy.
The feds recently came out with some information saying that Pooh Shiesty and Big 30, they didn't have any evidence of them having any firearms during the robbery. But
I've been seeing it.
You saw the tape. So can you confirm, deny? I mean, what can you give us on that?
Man, look. When I was going to court on my case, my lawyer, Manny Aurora, the best attorney in the world, and that's who Shiesty need to be called. He need to be trying to call Manny Aurora, but Manny was telling me that it was a blessing that my case was in the state because the federal government, they have so many different ways to trap you as it relates to the conspiracy versus in state court. Federal conspiracy laws are totally different from state conspiracy laws. Like, the feds don't need hard and physical evidence to convict you. And I hope, they don't live and see the day where they become a living witness and find that out. Because just from the videotapes, the call data, the communication, that day back and forth from all the co-defendants, the GPS placement, it's gonna place everybody at the scene of the crime. the trying to disguise your travel by getting on the Greyhound and all of that. Your dad rented a car that was used in the crime. He on video, printing out a release form. If they beat that shit, then them niggas must born in Cloverland, Texas. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be some of the luckiest niggas in the world. Because and one thing about the feds, just because that man got up on that stand and said they didn't have any physical and like strong evidence, like actual physical evidence, do you think that man, or do you think his superiors would allow him to get up on that stand and say that if it was gonna hurt them? Like, they don't need it, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the super fans and in the hip hop community, they don't know the law. They don't understand the law. They don't even know they don't even know how to spell conspiracy, let alone know what it means. You know, so
without saying too much, I ain't trying to Vlad TV and then Vlad TV you and then, but based on the footage, does it look crazy? Does it look like somebody may not come home? You can say that. I ain't gonna ask you about.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. From the things that I know and the things that I've seen, it'll be hard for me to see them beating it. You know, it is something right now that's being worked on behind the scenes from Atlantic Records. You know, they are actively trying to work
this shit
something
don't even
out.
seem real.
But I just don't see how
nigga got out of jail
that could
early.
happen, because even if Gucci Mane recant the statement that he made.
Think about this. Pusha actually got out of jail early. And then he get out, rob his record label owner, forced to sign a contract, kidnap him, go back to jail. That shit sound like a good storyline. That motherfucker come out on this. You never know.
They don't even need Gucci.
It don't even sound real.
They got the white boy that was there. You know, he gonna beat the judge to court when the trial comes. They got the white boy, and you got the police officer. So that's all they need.
Can Gucci be held in contempt as well or no? Because he did initially give a statement.
Yeah. So Gucci, if Gucci made that statement before the grand jury that he made, not only could he be held in contempt, he could be charged with perjury. You know, if you went in front of the grand jury and you made that statement, of course, what they'll do is they'll subpoena you to court. And if you come to court and refuse to give testimony in that type of crime, they will hold you until you get ready to talk. And I guarantee you will break for they will. So, you know, Gucci got to be prepared for, he got to be prepared for all of that, you know. But I say all that to say,
damn, that's
I don't
deep.
wish nothing bad on them little niggas, you know, but it's going to be kind of rough beating that case, bro. Like, yeah, I think they got a better chance of getting Oprah Winfrey pregnant before, you know what I'm saying, before that motherfucker get beat. You know, it's the feds, bro.
How much time
And just think,
would actually get for his involvement?
if he come out with a 20, that'll be a miracle. That'll be a miracle. I'm gonna tell you this. When let me ask you a question. I know you interviewing me, but let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When the last time have you seen 8 co-defendants on a case together and everybody kept it real? One nigga, at least one gonna tell. More than likely 2.
Yeah.
So
that's
you know,
every organization, bro.
That's every organization. You know, yeah, it's a rat in every organization. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, whatever 1 or 2 flip, that's gonna be extremely bad. You know, for shiesty. Not to mention the officer and the white boy, Gucci. Gucci can stay at home and not take his medicine. They don't need him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, I hope a miracle happen. You know, because them niggas from the city. You know, out of mid-30, you know, Got nothing bad to say about 30. And I hate that shit for him. I just wish they would have thought it out. But 30 down there probably finna get 30 years for holding the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man.
And they said allegedly he was the one that had a chopper like while he was in front of the door too, right or no?
They said one individual went to the car and got a duffel bag, which the federal agents said they believe there was an AK-47 in the bag. I ain't read the work yet in its entirety that was sent to me, but I do know they said somebody.
What did they say?
For all of that, but I say all that to say I don't wish nothing bad on them little niggas, but
yeah,
it's gonna be kind of rough beating that case, bro. Like, yeah, I think they got a better chance of getting Oprah Winfrey pregnant before, you know what I'm saying? Before that motherfucker get beat. It's the feds, bro.
How much time
And just think
he would actually get for his involvement?
if he come out with a 20, that'll be a miracle. That'll be a miracle. I'm gonna tell you this. When let me ask you a question. I know you interviewing me, but let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When the last time have you seen 8 co-defendants on a case together and everybody kept it real? One nigga, at least one gonna tell.
Shiesty them boy might keep it G though.
Yeah.
So
that's
every
organization, bro.
That's every organization. It's a rat in every organization. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, whatever 1 or 2 flip, that's gonna be extremely bad. For Shiesty. Not to mention the officer and the white boy, Gucci. Gucci can stay at home and not take his medicine. They don't need him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, I hope a miracle happen. Because them niggas from the city, out of mid-30, got nothing bad to say about 30. And I hate that shit for them. I just wish they would have thought it out. But 30 down there probably finna get 30 years for holding the door. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man.
And they said allegedly he was the one that had a chopper like while he was in front of the door too, right or no?
They said one individual went to the car and got a duffel bag, which the federal agents said they believe there was an AK-47 in the bag. I ain't read the work yet in its entirety that was sent to me, but I do know they said somebody went to the car to get a bag, came back, and it was an AK-47, and that was the same AK-47 that was in Gucci's mouth.
Damn. Wait a minute. They put it in his mouth, bro?
Say,
Damn.
Yeah, like a thermometer.
Man.
Yeah, she good. Yeah. Memphis ain't a real place, man.
Nah, it don't sound like
Yeah, Memphis ain't a real place, man.
Y'all be doing some stuff over there, man.
Yeah. Memphis, man, it get crazy in the city, especially, if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't tapped in or whatever, shit get crazy,
So was LeBron right for saying he didn't want to play in Memphis, bro? Or did you take?
Man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I might get a little backlash for it or whatever, but I think what LeBron meant was he's so used to playing in other, big cities. They got
turkey salmon,
the lights. You know what I'm saying, and and they shine bright on the stars. Big cities. L.A., Miami. Places like that. And when you come to Memphis, I mean, if you somebody that's been around the world, Memphis is what I would call the closet in a mansion. It just ain't shit to do in Memphis. It's a crab in a bucket city. Everybody hating on everybody, everybody in each other's business. It's just, man, I done outgrew that city, and if you got anything going on, and if I done outgrew it, I know damn well LeBron don't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? So, and he a billionaire, so
Right.
If my broke ass don't want to be in Memphis, I know damn well he don't.
Some people wasn't saying it was so much the message. I guess they was saying it about the company he was with while he was, you know what I'm saying what he was saying about a predominantly black city. Kind of like
the company he was with.
Yeah.
Who was he with?
He was with a bunch of white men, and it was
when he said it.
Right. So that's what I think that people got more offended by that.
So did he say something racist, or was it just, he just said he don't like to play in Memphis, right?
Yeah, he was just like he don't like he wasn't like, oh, I don't like being around niggas or nothing like that. He was just like, send me to Nashville. There's more stuff.
It was two cities that he said he hate playing in. I think one was Memphis and the other one was
Milwaukee.
Yeah. And both of those places boring as you know what I'm saying? So he could have meant that. He could have meant that by it. I'm sure he ain't mean nothing racist or like he was just uppity or too big or no shit like that, because Bron from the gutter. Bron, he do a lot of great things to help the urban communities. So I don't think it's nothing against it or a shot. He was just speaking his mind.
Next question.
Memphis. To be honest.
Do you feel like, bro, that Pusha T and his pops, do you feel like they're informants? Because I know there was some information brought out that was alleged.
Well, I've been knowing of Latrell a long time. He always been well respected in the streets in the city of Memphis.
Say no about that.
He run with some respectable dudes.
So he kind of like the mob ties of Memphis, kind of like how Jay Prince is in Texas?
Nah, I ain't gonna go that far.
Okay.
I ain't gonna go that far. Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
You said put a little too much on that.
That's like no disrespect to Latrell, but that's like night and day. You talking about, the old man, James Prince. And so, and I'm talking about as far as like accolade wise, and in the streets. The Latrell that I know of or whatever, he ain't no pushover. But fast forward to now, I just recently seen the paperwork where he been an informant since 2009.
Damn.
And so it was
that's 17 years right there.
Yeah. And it was a surprise to me. I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked because I never heard of it, of Latrell. And also, it's some new work going around, the exposures they done put out. Shout out to Ghost Los one on Instagram and Prince and Watt. They just released some more stuff on Shiesty. They kind of put his lawyer in a pickle about some things that he said about how Shiesty didn't cooperate in the past. So I ain't had a chance to look at that, but I do know that when Ghost and Watt and Prince, whenever they drop something.
Man, that street shit, bro. Everybody basically falls under pressure. That's why they make the pressure so hard. You know what I'm saying? Make it pressure for you to break, man. But some people don't, but a lot do.
Unless they went all the way through it.
Damn, that's crazy.
Backwards, upside down.
But you don't know if that's true or not, though. But
so
there's a lot of people.
Just to clarify, so you said that the Shiesty did cooperate, or he did cooperate?
From what I read, it was like his lawyer was doing the cooperation for him. The lawyer was doing the talking.
He was sending messages through the lawyer.
Yeah. And the lawyer was saying things to the judge. I got it in black and white. I'm gonna send it to you when we get off. But he was saying things to the judge and saying things to the AUSA that if me and you would been saying it, we'll be called the biggest rats in the world. Basically putting the shooting on one of the co-defendants, a dude named DeRosa. Yeah, so, I gotta go through it all the way, but I did read the paperwork on his dad, and the federal government put out that Latrell Williams Sr. received a 5K1 in 2009. I ain't put it out, so can't nobody be upset with me, and one thing about them niggas in the city of Memphis, if it's somebody they don't necessarily fuck with or rock with, and they hear a police rumor or something like that, it's gonna sound like they got a bull they're gonna be talking so loud about it. But when it's one of a nigga own though, one of your own kind, niggas get quiet. Niggas get quiet like a deaf person. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't so funny now. You know, these supposed to be keep it real ass niggas. You know, so yeah, that shit just be all, man. You know, it's crazy. You know, I never would have thought that Latrell, you know, would be in this situation far as it's coming to the light that he cooperated. So with that being said, you know, you can't never be surprised, bro. Like, you know, I tell niggas all the time,
I watch them
like,
fucking movies.
Charles the white man,
The movies,
police and woo.
Should show you all them
One
boys
thing about
cooperate.
Doug though, Doug gonna tell you to your face, he gonna send your ass to prison, send your ass to jail. Them niggas you running with, they gonna hide from
They
their
on
police.
front, yeah.
They gonna try to keep it secret.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm way more afraid of them niggas than I am of Charleston. I'm way more afraid of them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, you know, it was a big shocker, but you know, it's a big topic in the city right now. You know what I'm saying? You can't go nowhere without them talking about, you know, yeah, Pooh Shiesty and his dad is supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, informants.
That's crazy. Now you mentioned Charleston White. I know that's your homie, man. So with the Young Thug situation, did he end up telling on him? Did he actually file that report, or was he just?
Oh yeah. That shit is making it right now. You know what I'm saying?
So that's gonna be the next one.
Young Thug probably gonna have a Chinese name. One gone here real soon. You know, if the right thing don't happen. But yeah, man. You know they my boy was sitting. You know what I'm saying? He went to the little Drewski situation event, and Thug mustache walked up behind him. You know what I'm saying? And was standing over him. You know, and bro said, you know,
like that, bro, with all that money, man. He
man, dude said the man smelled like Wild Out Road. Yeah, man. He said he don't know if it was a nigga hair or his armpits. He said, man, that nigga, he smelled like goddamn it.
And he was talking to the police. He didn't leave gun alone, gun, just minding his business.
Back in the day off of
running,
Cleveland Ave.
Successful.
You know, Doug, you know, he
bought all his people's cars. I seen the video.
Walked up. He had,
I don't know if it's true
matter of fact, he had the little nigga Rob Lowe.
Gonna be chilling by
That's the same person that shot
his business.
You know, years ago, he had him with him. And,
he was hanging with him?
Young
Thug was hanging with the dude that shot him?
Yeah, they cool now. Wow. And so, you know, a lot of niggas weird, man, you know, so when Charleston, when he noticed that the nigga was standing behind him or whatever, you know, Doug, once he noticed that, he gonna have a fool. So, you know, he jumped up, and, you know, that's when Thug was like, you know, we step on shit. And I know he said that, because Doug went ballistic. You know what I'm saying? You know, and, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I ended up talking to Doug later on, and Doug was just like, you know, he just said, man, he don't know if it was the nigga breath or his underarm pit, man. He like, the nigga was stinking a motherfucker, man. He said, he ain't smell like the $100 million Young Thug. He smelled like the thug off Cleveland Ave and shit. They used to hang with Lil Woody and shit with the fucked up teeth and shit back in the day. That's the thug he said he had the encounter with the other day. Yeah, he said you can smell that nigga from a mile away, man.
Man, this chick gonna be telling the truth about it, man. Like, you know, sometimes you like,
man, you know, when you got that much money, man, shit, Mariah, she probably got some nose plugs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Covering that smell up for that nigga, and she just got pregnant by him too. She done locked it in. She good. She ain't gotta make another album.
Nah, yeah.
I'm telling you, she ain't gotta do no put.
Go ahead, bro. My bad, bro.
She ain't gotta do no put his cockroach looking ass on child support. That's all she gotta do.
So speaking of Charleston White, man, so let's talk a little bit about the Painter, man, and the baby, bro. I know you have some things to say, and apparently the Painter and Charleston White, they cousins and shit, right?
Yeah, they second cousins. Yeah, shout out to B White.
Niggas creation. Baby wrong, man. Dude trying to show love to the Painter. I think. Like, let me speak on that though. Like with the Painter, I think the way dude face he came to him humble. Like Charleston said, and just showed him the picture. It wasn't an inappropriate picture of his two girls that probably he thought that it means something. That what he do for a living. He paint people, mama that passed, He paint people grandmas, he paint people daughters, he paint people they wives and all type of personal people that he paint for men, you know. So that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? The baby just flipped out. Well, the baby just looked at it and just he probably just treated him like a fan or something. He probably just kept it moving, but then he kind of like talked tough after that and shit. You know what I'm saying? But Charleston White, Charleston White, he dissed him. Charleston White was talking crazy. I don't think the baby said it to Charleston White though. But I was like, damn, I wonder why he ain't said it to him. But the guy, he came to him humble. He just showed it to him. Pulled a little rag off. And it's a piece of wood that he painted on.
I actually took a light on him. You know,
I
think I just made a post and I just was like,
really,
man, bro, you know, you gonna hold me an apology. You know, whether you agree with it or didn't. You know, you ain't have to kill his self-esteem or try to kill his self-esteem.
Anybody who he draw
like that. You know, he's just you act like the man or something, or like he painted your daughters, put them in a sensitive or compromised position or something, you know? And he just painted a picture of two beautiful little girls. And so for you to react like that, man, you know, and the baby was once, at one point in time, you know, he was on the grind trying to come up, you know, in that same situation, you know. And I'm sure, you know, he wanted the same type of love that B. White was looking for, you know. Ain't no way B. White done painted pictures for Boogie, Moneybag. He painted Moneybag daughter. The baby was the only nigga that acted a fool and, you know what I'm saying, and made it into a mockery, you know what I'm saying, embarrassed the dude, you know. If it was me, even if I didn't approve of my daughters being painted on a painting, I still would have, since we was in public, I still would have got the painting, you know, or either pull him to the side and let him know, you know, that ain't how I get down, but I appreciate the idea. I appreciate the effort, you know, but, you know, I'm not interested in the painting. I wouldn't have just high-sided him and did him like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a cold ass heart, man, to do somebody like that, you know. And you can look at bro and tell he a humble dude, you know, family man. You know, he ain't nothing creepy about him or none of that. He actually from Memphis. He been living down here in Dallas for quite some time. He been having motion, you know, with the pain and stuff like that. So, baby, you know, you was just down near council a few years ago, and 50 Cent had to come save you. You know, 50 Cent had to throw you a life jacket. If it weren't for 50, you'll probably be somewhere at Burger King right now, working, you know. So for you to come this close to being counsel and turn right back around and do an innocent person like that, man, that's just trying to feed his family, man, and show you some love. Right. You know, that right there, in my opinion, should have trumped everything else. Your feelings, how you felt about it. The fact that this man took his time out to do a painting of your kids and try to show you some love and just to get a picture with you, bro. Like, that right there would have, you know what I'm saying, that would have superseded any of my negative feelings if I did have them. You know what I'm saying?
I got it all, man. Is dude 50 Cent got a picture with B. White.
Yeah, 50 got it. And you know, if 50 crazy ass take a picture with him, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know, anybody can. You know, and I got daughters, bro, like, and if somebody do something to my daughters physically or whatever the case may be, whether me and my daughters on speaking terms or whatever, you know, I'm gonna go off the deep end about it. So with that being said, I don't harbor the same type of perspective that the baby got on that issue. You know, I think it's a bit dramatic. You know, I think he just overdid it. You know, I ain't gonna, you know, I think I seen a post where he said, you know, he was gonna do something violent. He was gonna beat the boy up, you know, if he didn't take the
yeah, he said God ever put them two in the same situation.
In front of him again, you know what I'm saying? But what if God put you in front of TMZ? What if God put you in front of all these other big ass platforms, nigga, that post your kids? I done seen your kids plenty of times on them platforms. You ain't talking about whooping Harvey. You ain't talking about whooping Charles. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just don't get it. Then you somewhat of a celebrity, you know. And with that being said, like, I ain't even no celebrity, but when I walk through the airports and walk in the stores and shit now, you know, people recognize me, unfortunately. And, you know, they be asking for pictures and, you know, shit like that or whatever. And at first it used to feel a little weird or whatever, because I'm like, why everybody want to take a picture with me? I'm just a regular nigga from the neighborhood.
Not no more. You ain't that no more, bro.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that. I respectfully disagree with you. But I get your perspective, you know, but I don't think I'm gonna ever, no matter how successful or how far I make it in this YouTube space, you're not gonna ever hear me say that I'm famous or that I'm a celebrity or no shit like that. I'm very humble. I'm well grounded, you know, and for him to be in that position and to now kind of like get the same treatment as it relates to myself, like it makes me, at first it was weird. Now it makes me feel good when people walk up to me and be like,
I thought chasing papers was going to be the death of my creativity until I switched to this. Okay, look, I used to hate chasing invoices. Sending those, hey, just follow it.
Las Vegas, where the house always wins. But which house? This season, we're going all in on Sin City, on Rock the Block. For the first time,
Where the house always wins. You gotta catch that, see?
hey,
Where the
I
house
have
always
people
wins.
walk up and can I pray
But
with
which
you?
house?
Can I get a hug? Or can I get a picture of me and my girl watch you all night? Or me and my dude, we watch you, or girls might come up and, you know, that kind of shit make me feel good. It motivates me, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I be telling them thank you more times than they be saying it to me, you know what I'm saying? Just thanks for the love, you know, and
you humble, man. Like you in a different lane, man. So that
so I
grateful for that. You feel me? So
don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how he could have the reaction. You got some little bitty babies, bro. Like, what the fuck is
Them
this
niggas so damn street.
don't do to your kids, bro? Like,
Them niggas so street to it
this shit
ain't
don't
funny.
even make. I could see if he had him on the paint with some skimpy clothes on or something, you know what I'm saying?
And he had the bowls perfect.
It was just a humble, innocent picture.
I ain't lying.
And you did do like that. I lost a lot of respect for the baby, man. You know, I listened to the nigga music. I actually used to tell motherfuckers the nigga rap. You know, he go on that I think the Leakers little platform when he do his little freestyle and shit. You know, yeah, that nigga can go. You know, so yeah, that shit disappointed me, man, when he acted like that with dude. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the baby as like a real one.
Nigga
you know,
so street to it ain't funny.
What if a nigga would have treated him like that when he was walking when he was walking around with the pimp on and shit? You know, what if a nigga treated him like that then? You know, how he would have felt. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to weigh all
others the way you want to be treated.
When you handling somebody else, I try to treat people how I want to be treated.
What I just said.
You know, and I don't want nobody to do me like that.
You can't
I
trust
tell you, I live by that.
and berets, bro. You just can't.
Man,
I live by that. Treat others the way you want to be treated, man. That's the best way to be. I learned that shit in second grade.
Like that, man. I'm just clowning with y'all.
A simple rule of thumb.
One thing you ain't gonna never see me with, man, is a nose ring and a hoop earring, man. Now I got some homeboys. You know what I'm saying, that do the hoop earrings or whatever. That's their thing or whatever. I just always thought it was kind of feminine or whatever, but just because, you know, I know a lot of real niggas, street niggas that, you know what I'm saying, that wear the little hoop earrings or whatever. I guess it's their thing, you know. And some niggas can get by with the nose ring, you know, like Tupac, you know what I'm saying, Lucci, you know. Some niggas can get by, but if I showed up with a nose ring, boy, man, goddamn, hey, they're supposed to run my ass off of YouTube.
Game over. So
Game over.
I know we running kind of short on time, man. Last question, bro. You and Lil Flip, man. Do you feel like y'all could ever come back together again, bro? Because I know y'all had history.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of history. I got asked this question recently, and me, I'm the type of person that if I look you in your eye and tell you bro, I love you, you my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I really mean that shit. Like I stand on that shit like firm, you know. And so with that being said, if something was to happen to bro right today, like it'll fuck me up. You know, I'll be, you know, I feel some kind of way about it because I don't wish nothing bad on bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same nigga that rode shotgun with you nigga for years. You know what I'm saying? You know, you the same nigga that rode.
You had beef back in the day too, right?
Exactly. You know, we go back that far. You know, so I don't wish nothing bad on bro, but bro just do so much goofy shit, man. You know that he make a nigga react how I reacted, bro. Like, and this shit just came to a head, my nigga. Like,
chilling.
you know,
I remember I used to
shit.
watch Lil Flip on MTV Cribs when I was a kid, 7, 8, 9 years old. He used to be like, you ain't a baller till you got like $5,000 in your pocket, $7,000 in your pocket. I never forget that Lil Flip. I'm like, damn, niggas got no money to buy a car. They got no money to buy a car and they in their pocket. Like,
no, I'm sure you got a lot of.
Be like that.
I don't say a lot,
like that.
A few poppers at least, a couple poppers at least that's done some goofy shit, but you look over it because you so close with them, you know? And that's how I did, bro, over the years. Bro used to do a lot of goofy shit and fuck shit to other people, you know, to niggas that was, you know what I'm saying, call themselves running with us or whatever the case. And I just used to shake my head, you know, and I used to always like downplay it, like, well, hell, you know, it ain't me, you know what I'm saying? He know not to do it, you know what I'm saying, that goofy lame ass shit with me. Fast forward to me going to jail, getting indicted on the murder, and you know, and he did the unthinkable. And Capone called me recently, just, you know, a few weeks ago. And me and Capone was the closest to him, especially, you know, after the BG Duke and the C-No days, and, you know, when them ventured off and started doing their own thing, you know, it was me and Capone's still there. He hit me a few weeks ago and he just was like, he said, man, bro, Flip hurt, man. And I'm like, what you heard about? And he was like, man, you know, man, me and you was the only two that Flip could call on. I said, damn, Paul, it's crazy you say that. I said, but you're right. And I said, with that being said, why the fuck I couldn't call on him when I got indicted for murder? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and Capone, he didn't give me no response to that, you know, and he basically, you know, he was being a voice for Flip. You know, I didn't raise my voice, Paul didn't raise his voice, so they had me and Paul get down. And I had to remind Paul of some goofy shit that Flip done to him years ago. And so, you know, with that being said, to answer your question, if bro was to reach out to me showing some accountability and, you know, and if I felt like his apology was genuine, then of course we could get back to, you know, how it was or whatever. Because at the end of the day, like, it could never get physical with me and bro because I love Big West. I love his father too much. You know, I love his father like a father. And is Big West upset with me right now? I don't think he upset with me. I think he probably disappointed in the way I handled the situation as far as like bringing our issue to the YouTube space or whatever. But this the same Big West that's the same me and Flip argue face to face, like goddamn it, we in the Royal Rumble, and he locked us in the room. That's how Big West is, you know. He politely locked the door and closed it. And me and bro, we worked it out, but this one particular night, me and bro almost came to blows, you know, because I was real heated about a situation. So at the end of the day, bro, like, if I walked outside right now and seen Flip get jumped, I'm riding. You know, but I just ain't fucking with him right now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't fucking with no sucker shit, bro. I ain't, at this point in my life, I ain't halfway doing nothing. You know, so he just fall in that category, but if he see this, which I'm sure he will, you know, You know, if he want to make it right, bro, know what to do. He know how to get at me. You know what I'm saying? And if he a real nigga, how he be saying on them songs and them CDs and shit, he'll go look himself in the mirror and say, even though I don't agree with bro how he did shit, there was some sucker shit I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, if bro could say that and come to me and holler at me like that, then you goddamn right. I listen to my brother and we'll chop it up and get past it. But if not, you give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, like, you know, I ain't one of the ones that ever needed them financial. You know, and still don't, right to this day. You know, wish that nigga the best. I don't wish nothing bad on him, but, you know, I just hope he grow out of doing that sucker shit, that goofy shit, weird shit, shit that ain't street shit.
Bro, look, he young and
Yeah, it definitely takes a big man, and I think that's what makes a man is taking accountability when we wrong and learning, and that's how we grow, man. Just learning, you know.
Exactly. And a lot of people get it misunderstood, like I was calling from jail for money when I got indicted. Like I ain't never called Flip and asked Flip for no lawyer money or no bail money or none of that. I always had my own, And even if I didn't, you know, if I maybe got caught with my pants down and got caught with a bankroll or something, you know, I had brothers in the city that I could call on before I have to make a call all the way to Texas. So, like, people get it misunderstood, like I was calling for money. No, I was just calling to talk to my brother. You know what I'm saying? When I was at, you know what I'm saying, a dark point in my life, you know, when my life could have possibly been taken away for some shit I ain't do. And I was just calling the people that I thought loved me, you know what I'm saying, just to chop it, you know what I'm saying, event or whatever, you know, when a nigga on 23-1. So, it is what it is. Here we are.
When you were trying to reach out, he was kind of like pushing you to the side, like he wasn't taking your call.
I mean, you know, just wasn't picking up the call. You know, he know if a 901 number pop up, you know, it could be any 901 number. He know that's me or something that's related to me. So I think I tried maybe, I was locked. I did a year before they gave me bond. I think I may have reached out to him maybe three times, 3 strikes, you out. After that third time, I ain't called no nigga. I ain't called my bitch that much. So, yeah, I ain't calling nigga back, you know, or whatever no more. I think I had somebody send him a text message and let him know, you know what I'm saying, how I felt. And that was the end of it. And then when I got out on bond, we ended up getting on the phone. We stayed on the phone like 3 hours. Had a 3-hour conversation.
You talked to him once he was out?
Yeah, I talked to him, you know. And yeah, he tried to get me.
No communication at all. That's
No, we talked like, no, matter of fact, I'm sorry. Not when I made bond, when I beat the case, when I got the not guilty verdict. Yeah, we talked on the phone, man, maybe, 3 hours, you know, and shit.
That shit was squad then,
man, motherfucker, shit was so deep, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, teardrop, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, so, but when I got off the call, I just got to basically process the lame ass shit he had just said on that call. And when I processed it, I was right back to square one.
We caught him again, so that call ain't really mean nothing.
Yeah, you know, because the shit he said on the call, you know, and bro ain't from the streets or whatever, but he said some shit that rubbed me the wrong way and was trying to give me a goofy ass reason on why he wasn't communicating with me when I was incarcerated. And his reason was he was afraid that the government was gonna try to involve him in my case some type of way. Bro, you ain't never sold a gram. I ain't never seen you shoot a gun. And how in the fuck they gonna involve you in my situation?
You probably was scared. That sound like.
And you ain't never did nothing gangster.
Because a lot of people out here behaving Jay-Z fans.
Only thing you done gangster was
say the same thing, like distant themselves. A lot of people be distant themselves.
That's it.
Boy, that's crazy.
That's my brother. I love him to death, but I ain't never seen bro do nothing gangster. Nothing. Nadine.
He said he don't even run the stoplight, goddamn.
Man, look, at one point in time, man, when he was going through his little financial shit, I told him, I said, look, bro, man, why don't you go and get you copy about 10 or 20 of them, you know what I'm saying? You sit them back with me, boom, I'm gonna down the motherfuckers for you. You know what I'm saying? And boom, you make your little profit. That way, you know, you got some shit, some little motion going until your little legal shit, you know what I'm saying, play out. Man, that nigga, he ain't want no positive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, bro just a rapper, man. Bro just a talented rapper, you know, outside of the lame shit, weird shit, he actually an okay dude, you know, but he just got his ways, bro. Like, and that shit just,
that song,
if you think
Game
about
Over.
it, just look, just pay close attention. Everybody that used to be around him, gone.
Game Over.
That speaks volumes.
Damn, my bad.
At Burger King, celebrities don't rule the menu. You do.
So tell us, what do
Make
you
sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. I think it's about coming down to the end. But this is a good one. He's playing a little bit. But, man, just stay out of the streets, man. You'll realize everybody telling it ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work for you. It might, but then niggas might tell you.
But I'm talking about niggas that was.
See, that's the thing. Like, I learned early. Well, my people told me early. They was like, even if you get away with it, they still gonna tell on you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I remember when I first found out, heard of that somebody can call an anonymous number and say what they want to say. Okay, I seen this guy walking with a white shirt, white shoes, and he was doing XYZ. He over here right now doing this and that. He do this every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 3 o'clock. You can really say that, and the person never know who called. So it's like a lose-lose game kind of. You know what I'm saying? But people really try to get away
From
with it.
that win. You know what I'm saying? From that environment.
Right.
People with them same
A lot of
niggas,
people, man,
you know what I'm saying?
it ain't gonna work.
You know, little baby.
And if it
People
do
with them
work,
same niggas.
they gonna tell on you. That's crazy.
Man, this shit like a casting call.
Shit, I like, share, comment, subscribe.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, man. You see a new nigga every week.
That's crazy.
Because when you bring real niggas around who gonna speak up, and a nigga like me gonna get away from around you before they have to do something to you.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't never had to, you know, think like that or whatever because that was my brother for real. So he ain't never did no weird shit like that until I got indicted. So those thoughts, like a thought of me crossing brother, ain't never went through my mind, and it still ain't. You know, I would never cross him. But am I gonna speak my mind and speak my peace? You goddamn right I am. And can't nobody muzzle me, so I'm gonna speak my mind.
Gotcha. All right, man, Mr. Govan, man, I definitely appreciate you,
My
bro.
first
Once
time
again,
seeing
man,
him.
pulling up on line.
Nah,
his
hell
face in the
no,
back
man. I
before.
appreciate you, bro. Like,
I think I seen
you know
his
what I'm saying?
clips
For
or something.
everything, my
Make
nigga,
sure I
like
like, share, comment,
late night
subscribe.
advice, you know what I'm